Hey guys, I am here to deliver the third of 4 class lectures. So we've had HTML, CSS. Today we're going to go over WordPress. And then the last lecture that I'll record for you guys is really just an explanation of the last project that we're going to do, which is the web assignment 4. And that's really the final project for this semester. It's crazy that it's here already. But today we're going to go over WordPress. WordPress is a content management system. You'll hear it referred to as like a CMS, a content management system. There are several different types of content management systems out there. WordPress is probably one of the more prominent ones, but there's other tools like Drupal and things like that. So today we're just going to focus on WordPress and setting that up. The last few assignments you've learned how to do website design kind of the old school hard way. WordPress WordPress really just does like the heavy lifting for us. So it really allows you to change the interface and the design of a website really easily without having to hard code things. But it was important for you to learn the basics. That way you know how to jump into WordPress if you wanted to and manipulate the code in there, which I'll show you how to do today. So let's go ahead. The first thing I want to do today is actually go over the web assignment 3. So bear with me while I get this set up here. I'm wanting to... It's not letting me float that. So, okay. We're going to do this. Okay. So for web assignment 3, you're going to create a portfolio on your WordPress site. So the portfolio will include a home page, an about me page, and a contact us page or a contact me page, some sort of contact page. So those are the 3 main elements of your portfolio that you'll want to incorporate in your website design. The home page will include 3 different content types of your choice that are representative of the type of work that you do. So for instance, if you write for the Daily Tar Heel and you have published content there, that's awesome. Go grab one of those links or a few stories that you've done, and those could be, your content types. Or maybe you're a photographer and you have photos that you want to show off. Those would be content types as well for you. So they can be anything, even TikToks, because I know we're all kind of bored to death, and TikTok has been a lifesaver and time waster for a lot of us. So diversify the type of content. I'm not really looking for anything in particular, but if you like to create videos, then videos is another content type. If you want to even use the Facebook wall and kind of bounce some ideas around, amongst yourselves, or I'll chime in too if you want me to. But get creative. Think about the things that you enjoy producing, the kinds of things that you like to make. And that's what I want to see on your website, because this is your portfolio. This is showcasing your skill, your talent, your interests. We want to make sure that we're keeping it professional. So this is like a portfolio for a future employer, right? Or say that you're going for an internship, and you could use this portfolio as a representation of the work that you've done. So keep that in mind as you're creating the content in this website. We want it aesthetically professional. We want the content to be professional. If you wouldn't show it to your grandma, don't put it on your portfolio. So the 3 parts of your site, again, are your home page, your about me page, and your contact us page. The home page will include 3 different content types. The contact us page we will go through today, and that's really like the using a plugin and using CSS to enhance the web page that you'll have on WordPress. And then the About Me page. So the About Me page, you've already created that content from the last assignment. So you can really just rip that and plop it in WordPress and use that for your About Me page. Of course, if you wanted to take that content and enhance it in any way or change it, knowing that you're going to use this link eventually to showcase your skill, then you can certainly do that as well. But the last assignment really created a great starting point, I think, for your About Me page. Okay, so taking a look at this assignment, we're going to want to use the Contact Form 7 plugin, which I'll show you how to do here in a minute. So the minimum requirements for this project, meaning that if you complete all 4 of these bullet points, then that'll land you at like a mid 80, high 80, depending on the quality of work. To get a 90 or above, or to get into that kind of realm, that's where I want you guys to investigate more plugins or investigate enhancements to your pages, making, like, stretching yourself a little bit, challenging yourself. That's what I want to see for those higher grades. But if you're cool with like an 85 to an 89 range, just meeting these 4 bullet points will get you there, as long as there are no errors in what you produce. So I want to see tweaks to the theme that you choose, which we'll go over today. None of the stock photos and stuff that, you know, they already have like listed out there. I want you to take a theme and personalize it and make it your own, and change the designs within each content block, and I'll show you how to do that. We're going to include a contact page with the Contact Form 7. We're literally going to go through that step by step today. So if you want to follow along with this lecture, I mean, it's going to be like bada bing, bada boom. You're going to have that bullet done. At least 3 examples of your work that will be included on your home page. And then the About page, which, like I said, you've kind of already done the content for that. So let's jump in. So where we're going to start today is at GoDaddy. And I have no idea why this is not trying to float to the top here. Okay, so let's go to GoDaddy, and we're going to go ahead and sign in. And I already have mine auto saved because I hate remembering username and password. So I'm just going to sign in. And come on, internet. Here we go. Okay, so this page should look pretty familiar. We really don't do anything with domains. Your web hosting is where we want to go to, and we're going to click on Manage here. Okay, 10 years later. Okay, so again, you've probably seen this page. The last few assignments, we've gone directly to File Manager. Now we're going to go to the cPanel Admin. So click on this black button here, cPanel Admin. And sometimes it takes a little while for this to load, so be patient. So yours probably looks something very similar to this. If you see this files block up here on top, that's totally fine too. Again, you know, we've been to File Manager in the past. We're not going to go there today. Today we're going to go to the Web Applications block. So it probably will be down just a little bit. On mine, it's higher up because I've moved it in the past and it's just kind of stuck there. So look for the Web Applications block, and you're going to want to click on this WordPress. See the icon WordPress? Just give that a click, and it brings you right to the install page with a bunch of content that we don't really want to read through, or we don't care about. What we care about is this button right here, the install this application. So go ahead and click on that, and it'll bring you to this page. So this is like part of the installation process. So we have the domain, which we're not going to change. The directory, we're not going to change. We don't need to change any of this. We don't need to change any of those bullets. Going down to settings. So make sure that you see settings here, and you see your administrator username and administrator password. I highly suggest changing these to the same thing that you have for your GoDaddy login. So less is more when it comes to username and passwords, especially when you're managing the same website. So that's why I like to keep them just the same. So these are not default, like set. So you're going to want to change that to the same login that you have set for GoDaddy. Okay, so your username and password are changed. Your administrator email, you'll want to change that as well. So that would be like the email address that you would use for if people wanted to email you through the contact us page. Any email that they would get from your website will go to whatever inbox that you designate here. So for me, I'm just going to use my UNC one. That's easy for me to manage. Right there. Okay, and you can use, again, whatever email address you want to manage. It can be your personal, it can be your UNC, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so your website title, we can go ahead and change this now, but it's also like really flexible. I'm just gonna change my name. You can change that later on. So when I say it's flexible, it's like it's not set in stone. You can change your website title and you can change your tagline later on too. I'm gonna say the best website ever. Okay, so now I have those two things. All four of those things really changed. I have five things changed. Username, password, email, website title, and website tagline. We don't need to change any of this other stuff. What we need to do is come down here to this little install button and click on that. Sorry guys, I have the hiccups, so I'm gonna try not to hiccup throughout this video. Okay, so it'll take you to this page. Depending on, the time of the day and how great WordPress is feeling, sometimes it takes like 5 to 10 minutes, and sometimes this one looks like it's going really fast, which is awesome. So just be patient, let it run its course. Know that it might take 2 minutes, it might take 10 minutes. Awesome. Okay, so mine is complete, and we land on this page. A few things that I want to point out to you on this page are these two links right here. So this top one is your domain. That's your actual website. I'm going to right click and open that in a new tab just so I have it. And then this other one that is basically your website /wp-admin/. So that is how you log in to manage your website. So when you want to work on this project, you're going to need to go to this website, this second one right here, your website name /WordPress-admin. So I'm going to open this one up in a new tab as well, and I would highly suggest saving these as bookmarks. So this is how my website looks right now. It's really lame. It's not designed at all. There's nothing there. But you can see like what I've named it and the tagline there. So this is the actual website, the WordPress admin login. So it's already logged me in, obviously, but that's the website that you'll want to access whenever you want to make changes to your website. So here we have a lot of different templates that you can choose from. It's really up to you, whatever you want to choose. It's kind of dependent upon like what speaks to you, what kind of content you want to showcase. Like if you have video versus if you have photography, this would be a great one for photography. If you have stories, like digital stories, just kind of look around. They have lots of different categories over here, like lots of different, this one's pretty plain. So let's just take a browse. This one looks like it's really kind of more visual elements. Let's see what real estate has in here. Similar. Let's go to education. Okay, so, meh. It is what it is. Go through these. You can preview them and see which ones you like, which one speaks to you. I'm just going to pick Peterson here. And it'll bring me to this page. So this is kind of like this is what it would look like on desktop. This is what it might look like on mobile. That might impact, what template you use. I think this one's fantastic. So I'm going to go click on this button right up here, start with this template. And this wizard kind of walks you through everything. So, it's going to ask you these two questions. What do we want to do with this website? Provide information. I don't want to write blog posts. I want to display my portfolio. I'm not trying to sell anything. And are you building this website for yourself or someone else? I'm building it on my own. So I'm not actually. Oh, here we go. Building it for myself, not building it for someone else. I'm building it for myself. Okay, so I'm going to finish my setup. Click on this. Takes a hot second. And all of these themes are slightly different. So like as we go through this, yours might look a little bit different than mine, but for the majority of them, they're all pretty much going to be the same. So the first thing I want to show you, if you'll notice, like we have some content menu items up here. Let's go to customize. And I'm in the Peterson theme, and I'm not Peterson, so I would like to change that. So I clicked on customize, and under site identity, this is where we can change some things. So I can throw in a logo if I wanted to, like an image. My site title, I want to be Stephanie, if I can spell my name right. And my tagline is the best website ever. And again, we can there are some images. You can toy around with this and see what looks best for you. A lot of it is just kind of playing around with it and looking at it and seeing it actually rendered. Very much like when you were hard coding stuff, you'd throw some code in there and then update your site and be like, ugh, that's ugly. Let's change it. Same thing for this. Anytime you see this blue pencil, that means that you can change it. So it's editable, basically, is what it's saying. And any time that you're editing in WordPress, you always want to make sure that you hit the publish button because it does not auto-save. So that means if you're working on your page and you step away for lunch or to go walk the dog or whatever, and you come back and accidentally close down your browser, well, you're going to lose all that hard work. So let's not do that. As we're doing these different content blocks, let's always remember to hit publish. And I want to continue looking at other things to customize. So we just did the site identity, site design. So that has like different design themes. Like this one's really traditional, modern. Let's do blush. That way some of my other design elements incorporated in there are pink. I like that. They have trendy. Ooh, champagne. Nope, I don't like that as much. Welcoming. So again, these are all kind of like, you can change all these things. You can change all these different elements. Makes it really easy. So if you remember coding stuff, right? Like we had to do that, actually typing it, literally commands to say, I want this button, this color. I want this text, this color, and having to know those hex values or the RGB, different color combinations. So we don't have to do that using WordPress. It does it for us. So I'm going to publish that. Ooh, I almost forgot to hit publish. Would have lost all that hard work. I'm going to go back. And one thing I do want to show you, as you can go through all these things too. Let's go to menus. So menu, that includes the different pages that we have. So right now we have services and contact. I don't know what services is, and we don't want that. So let's click this little button right here, and let's remove that bad boy. I don't want it on there. I do, however, want my home page. And let's save that, publish it. And let's go back and get out of this. And I want to go back to my, okay, so this is what my page looks like now. So right now we told it I want my contact and a home page up there. But what if I want the About Me page, which we haven't created yet? So I'm going to go right up here to my name and to dashboard. Dashboard is exactly what it sounds like. It is the dashboard, kind of the home base of all the things with your website. This is where you can add pages and change things as well. So let's go to pages real fast, and I want to go to all pages. So it has a blog on there. I'm going to trash that because I'm not going to use it. I want a contact page. I definitely want a home page. And I don't want this services page even available. So I'm going to trash that too. Okay, but I still want that about me page. So this is where under pages, we want to go to add new. So let's click on that. And we have a brand new page that is blank. So yours actually may look like something like this. The difference is that I can just jump in here and change it to about me. And I can start writing in this content block if I wanted to. I'm not going to right now, but I want that page to actually be called about me. So up here, I have two different options. I have save draft if I don't want it out there to the world, to see, or I have publish. I'm going to go ahead and hit publish because no one's coming to my website right now anyway. I'm fine with just publishing it and, working on it later. Okay, so that is the creation of About Me page. Let's go back to our dashboard. And so we're in the kind of dashboard area, and these are all of our pages. Now we have the About Me page, the contact, and the home page. Okay, so contact, that's the contact me page that is mentioned. Let me bring up our assignment again. So this is our assignment 3. So it wants us for the contact page to include contact form 7 plugin. So let me show you how to do that. So under contact, we're going to go to edit. And let's see what it looks like right now. Okay, so this is how the page is in this theme right now. And it has these little fields, name, email, message, and a map. Okay, so not what I want. I want to somehow include contact form 7 plugin. Okay, so how we're going to do that is we're going to go back to WordPress, to the dashboard area, and then over here on the left hand side we have plugins, and we want to go add new. And under keywords, so this is a list of, this is basically a database of all the different plugins that you can incorporate. You can take a look, see if there's anything that you want to include on your website, or if you're looking to achieve something in particular, a lot of times you can achieve them through these plugins that are already coded and designed for you. So let me show you what I mean. So we want to look for contact form 7. Looks like I've looked for it in the past. Okay, so contact form 7 is this little one with a little mountain on it. That's the one that we want to use for our contact us page. So I'm just going to hit click install now. Installed. And we want to activate. Okay, there we go. So this brings us back to all of our plugins page with all of the plugins already in there. And you already have, based on your theme, you already have a few others in there too, but you should see the contact form 7 in there now. So you may have 3 or 4 different other plugins. What we want to look for is the contact form 7. And when you find it, let's click on settings. Okay, so that brings us to this page. We're just going to dismiss that. Okay, so we have contact form, short code. That's what we want to grab. So we grab that and we copy it. Make sure I copy that. And then we're going to go back to our pages, all pages, because we want to go back to this contact page. And let's go edit it. Click on edit. it brings us back to our, come on, internet. Whew. Slow tonight. Okay, so it brings us back to our page. Well, we can't just plop in code in one of these contact blocks because it doesn't know to actually read that. Like if I were to type in code here and then hit update, that's literally now what's on my page. That's not what I wanted to do. So I want to come up to here to these 3 different little dots, this ellipses, and say more tools and options. And I want to go to the code editor version. So right now what we see is this visual editor. That's what you see is what you get. The WYSIWYG is what people refer to it as. What you've coded is what you see right here. Let's go to the code editor. That actually shows all of the code that's in here. So all of this code here is making up the page that we just saw. So I want to take all of that code and delete it. And then I want to paste in the contact form 7 code that I just copied. So your contact page should look like this. And I want to rename contact, just for my sake, Contact Stephanie. Okay, so I have Contact Stephanie. I have my code in there. I want to update. And then I want to view my page down here. Awesome. That's what it looks like. So it has my entire form already embedded in there. So that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so let's go back to my dashboard. And actually, I want to view my site real fast. So I'm just going to come to my dashboard, right click on this because I like to open it in a new tab. Let's see what my site looks like right now. Okay, so I have Contact Stephanie, I have Home. I'm missing that About Me page. So if I go back to my dashboard and I want to go to, actually, I want to come back to my site, I'm sorry. And I want to look for that Customize button because remember that's where we changed our menu items. So I'm going to click on Customize. And I'm going to scroll down to Menus. Click on that bad boy. And we have Contact and Home. Let's add About Me. Awesome. Okay, so that's the menu. Let me just refresh. This is my old website than when I first brought it up. So let's refresh that. See what it looks like. Oh, did I save that? I did not. So the reason I didn't see it on my site was because I did not hit publish. Ugh. Okay. So hit publish. Here we go. And we have another menu item here. So this is telling me that this is the footer menu. This is what you see at the bottom of my site. So I have menu, home, contact us. You can change that too if you want, but really what I want is at the very top, I want those 3 items, the contact me or contact us or contact Joe Schmo, whatever, the home, and then the about me. So if I were to look at my site, let's go back to the dashboard. I want to view my site. Whew, 5 years later, if my site will load. Here we go. Okay, so I have contact, about me, and home. Well, that's kind of a weird order, don't you think? I kind of want home first, about me, and then contact Stephanie. So in my menu item, this is how I got there. I'm under customize, and then we're going to go to menus, and then primary menu. That's the very top one. I can change the order of these. So I want home to be at top. I want about me to be right in the middle, and I want contact Stephanie to be all the way to the right. Okay, and don't forget to hit publish, because if you don't hit publish, you're not going to see your changes. Lesson learned. I'll do it a million other times, I'm sure. Okay, so let's go back to our homepage. I'm just going to do a quick refresh. Awesome, that's what I wanted. I wanted my home to be right there. the About Me to be right after that, and the Contact Stephanie to be right after that. Okay, so again, going over this web assignment 3. Home should include 3 different content types of your choice that describe, your interest, your professional work, things that you're proud of, things that you create. The About Me page is literally the last assignment that you did for me. And then the contact Stephanie, the Contact Us or Contact Me page will be the incorporation of that contact form 7 that we just did together. Okay, one other thing that I did want to mention is that when you have problems with, I'm just going to bring that guy back up. Okay, so when you guys have problems or questions with how do I do a slideshow, or why won't this work, or how do I do this or that or whatever, the best thing to do is to use Google and include the terms WordPress and include the name of your theme. So I think my theme was Peterson. So if I were to want to know how to do a slideshow, I would say, how do I do slideshow Peterson with Peterson theme in WordPress? Something along those lines. So you really want to include the theme name. That'll help you out a lot in your search. But also include the term WordPress as well. I'll stress again, using Google is awesome. If you have a question outside of Google, like about the assignment or whatever, go ahead and feel free to ask me on the Facebook wall, because it's like the classroom setting for us right now, and it's so that I can answer you, but also let the other classmates know this is what's going on. So if I redirect your question, if you hit up my inbox, I want to help you, I want to answer your question, but I might redirect you to the Facebook wall, especially if the answer might be helpful to your other classmates as well. So just keep that in mind. Totally open to answering questions anytime. I just want to do it kind of in a more public format so that other people can benefit from the answers. So also don't forget kind of the protocol. If you have technical issues, ask your buddy first, because sometimes it's just a second pair of eyes. So ask your friend, ask your buddy first, then try Google, and then try the Facebook wall, and we will get it answered for you guys. So other than that, have fun. Keep it professional looking, but be creative too. If you hit all 4 of those bullet points without error, then you're going to be somewhere in the 85 to 88 range, thereabout. If you extend yourself and really challenge yourself and get, some extra plugins and extra creativity embedded in that website, if you go above and beyond, that's where you're going to kind of get into that upper echelon. So good luck. I miss seeing you guys. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe, and I will see you online.